Good morning, everyone. Welcome to practice. It is Thursday, March 28th. So this is your Thursday class. Just a couple of announcements. Your yamas and niyamas essay is due tomorrow by 5. You can email me. I just posted something on Moodle. It's just a attached document with kind of a breakdown of those concepts. And then next week we're going to do some stuff with the Yoga Sutras and sequencing. All right, so we're going to practice together for about an hour. So make sure you have space, you have your mat, and sit tall, sit well. So you can kind of move a little side to side, maybe forward and back, and then just kind of rock forward onto the front edge of your sitting bones. Good, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. And then drop your shoulders straight down. Let a little sigh out. Again, inhale, shoulders squeeze up. Exhale, drop. One more inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Big sigh, drop them down. And then couple circles. Bring your shoulders up, around, back and down. Up, around, back and down. And one more time. And always remember, if this is not comfortable for you, if you're too tight, you can always sit with your legs extended out straight. So close your eyes or take a soft gaze on the floor. Start to really go inward. And feel good as we begin to place your hands down onto your low belly. Feel your belly expand on the inhale. Contract on the exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. So think about your lungs and your body and think about filling the lobes of your lungs up. And then empty them out completely, all the old air. Breathe in, breathe out. See if you can connect to the Samavritti breathing. It means same length, inhaling and exhaling on the same count, so even. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. So that's just an example. Maybe your inhales and exhales are a little bit longer or shorter. So we're gonna do a little review meditation. So keep sitting tall, sitting well, let your eyes closed. And I'm just gonna repeat the 8 limbs of yoga for you to really let that settle in. I'll share a quote. It's by David Swenson from the Practice Manual of Ashtanga Yoga. Through regulation of practice, the 8 limbs are nourished, in which we realize the pure essence of all that exists. So the first limb of the 8 limbs of yoga is yama, which means social ethics or restraints, which include ahimsa, nonviolence, satya, truth, asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, appropriate use of one's vital energy, and apigraha, non-possessiveness. The second limb is niyama, which means personal ethics, internal restraints, self-observation. And they include saucha, purity, cleanliness, santosha, contentment, tapas, which means practice causing change or heat or discipline, and svadhyaya, which is self-study, observation. Last niyama is ishvara, pranidhana, devotion or surrender to a higher force. So those are the first 2 limbs, yama and niyama. The third limb is asana. So this is the most traditional asana that we're in, seated position. There's also a Yoga Sutra. I included this in the document I sent you that says the asana should be steady and light, steady and comfortable, every pose. The fourth is pranayama, breath control, the regulation of the breath. So all of those breathing exercises we do. The fifth limb, pratyahara, internalization of the senses, drawing back, drawing in. Dharana, focus, concentration. 7, dhyana, maintaining focus and meditation. And the last limb is samadhi, which means complete absorption, a state of joy and peace. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart, palms touching, Anjali Mudra. So mudra is just a gesture we do with our hands. This is a very popular one. a little Buddha mudra. This is Anjali mudra. So now is the time in our practice where we set an intention. And today, let your intention be one of the limbs of yoga. So maybe it's pratyahara, going in, satya, truth, non-violence, contentment, whatever feels right for you. And then let that be your focus in class. Take a full breath in. Let a big sigh out. Now lower your hands onto your knees. Send your legs out in front of you and give them a little shake, 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 and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So shake out your legs, maybe bend and straighten them. Make sure you're in a comfortable seat. Good. And then come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Again, excuse me, Olivia. Good. And then see if you can bring your opposite leg in front. Can you sit? Sit. Sit. Sit, please. Thank you. Lie down. Good. This is my assistant. Lie down. Lie down. Good. Okay, comfortable cross-legged pose. Bring your hands on your knees. Start to make some circles here. Chest forward to the side, back and around. Nice circles. Warming up your spine, your hips, the waist, the ribs. Good. Now circle the other direction. You can kind of bend and straighten your arms. Rotate this side, forward and back. Good. Now come up to center, sitting tall. So the style of yoga we're mostly practicing is vinyasa flow yoga. And vinyasa means to place in a special way, precise placement. And what that special way is with our attention. So it's so important to really pay attention to focus, not get distracted by things at home. I know this can be a little more challenging than practicing together, but it's really a great test to really drop in. So arms down by your side. Let's begin to match the movement in the breathing. Inhale, arms stretch up. Exhale, arms float down. 2 more. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, arms float down. Last one. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Good. Place your right hand down beside you. Stretch your left arm up and over. Maybe pulling your top shoulder back. Side bend. Good. Rise up and then twist in that direction. One hand maybe outside the knee, one hand behind your back or wherever it's comfortable. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Good. Again, lift up. Twist back. Good. Make your way back to center, arms down. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Good. Lower your left hand down by side. You make sure it's in line with your hip. Top arm is reaching up and over. Maybe opening your chest a little here. Breathe. Good. Rise back up. Twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Again, lift up tall. Twist back. Come back to center. Hands on your knees. Let's take a couple little neck rolls. Let your chin drop in. Roll your head right. Back down. Roll your head left. Good. A couple little circles here. And then if you want, you can circle your head all the way back and around. So full neck circles. Maybe pausing in a place where it feels really tight. Where it feels good to linger. Good. Switch your direction. Other way. Come back up to center, sitting tall one more time. Shoulders squeeze up. And then drop them down. Good. Make your way onto all fours. Tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll start to warm the spine up with some cat-cows. So tucking the toes, drop your belly down, gaze up, shoulders forward over your wrists. So we do this usually most classes, so try to really memorize this. Point your toes round your spine for cat, chin drops in. Inhaling cow, open. Exhale for cat, then close. One more, inhaling cow pose. Exhale, arch and round. Now hold that rounded position and move your hips side to side. Maybe move your shoulders back and forth. And then bend your elbows, drop your chest to the floor, and then straighten your arms as you press your chest up towards the ceiling, or your shoulders up towards the ceiling. So going up and down, side to side, barrel rolling through your chest. Good, and then switch to go the other direction, up and down, side to side, warming up through your hips, your shoulders, center of your body. Back to center, and now press back to a wide knee, child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide, hips on your heels. Stretch your arms forward. Maybe let the forehead touch the floor. It might feel good to rock your forehead, a little temple to temple. Maybe rock your hips a little side to side. So remember, you can take breaks in your practice at any time. If you need to drop down to child's pose, rest, you can do that. or lie on your back in Shavasana. So modify as you need. And then really think about sending the breath into the back side of your body. Low back, ribs, chest. Empty out completely. One more deep breath here. Now stretch your arms forward, lift onto your fingertips, lift your gaze, and walk your upper body over to the right. Maybe hands come off the mat, maybe the left ear presses down. Lift your gaze up on fingertips back to center and over to the left. Maybe right ear comes down now. Lift your gaze up on fingertips back to center, child's pose. Good, rise up onto all fours. Again, tabletop position. Now this time bring your knees together. Stretch your right leg back behind you and your left arm forward. Pull your navel into your spine, reach. Good, lower down, left leg back, right arm forward. Reach forward and back, pull your low belly in. Relax your neck as you gaze down. Good, and then lower. Again, right leg back, left arm forward. Now option to add on, pull your elbow to knee, round in. Reach forward and back. Elbow to knee, squeeze to center. Reach forward and back one more time. Reach forward and back. And then maybe you bend your knee. Reach around, grab your ankle or foot, little kick up. Good, lower down, hands and knees. Rock your hips side to side. Good, left leg lifts. Right arm forward. Navel to spine. Square your hips to the mat. Good, now hold here, lifting or round and curl, elbow to knee. Stretch forward and back. Two more, round and curl. Forward and back, last one, squeeze in, reach out, and then bend your knee, reach around, maybe see if you can grab the foot behind you, kick up and lift. Good, lower back, table pose, rock your hips from side to side. Good, now walk your arms forward, spread your fingers wide. Always important, think about pressing down into that kind of juicy part of the thumb, that part of your thumb, the knuckle section, and your first finger, index finger, thumb. So spreading your fingers, maybe kind of claw the floor a little bit, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips up and back for downward dog. Now bend your knees a lot to start, kind of stick your butt back and up, press your chest towards your thighs, lift high into your heels, and then pedal your feet out, left heel and right heel, a little side to side, really warming up. This is a great stretch for your calves, your ankles. Good, settle back in your downward dog, exhale. Now inhale, roll out into plank position, super strong, pull your belly in, gaze forward, and then lift your hips up and back, down dog. Good, adding on, come forward to plank. Now you can drop onto your knees or right from here, yogi push-up, chaturanga, elbows hug into your sides, straight to plank, downward dog. Again, we'll put together our whole flow. So roll into plank, lower halfway, yogi push-up, straight back up to plank, lower halfway, chaturanga, and then hold low, let your hips drop down, stretch your legs back behind you. Hands are down by your ribs, exhale, and then inhale, lift your chest. Good, maybe rock a little side to side, so cobra or up dog. So upward facing dog is a little more active. That's when you press into the tops of the feet and the hands and keep your thighs lifting. Good, but as we're still warming up, maybe thighs are down. Good, slowly lower, all the way to the belly. Stretch your arms back behind you. Maybe interlace your fingers together, just press your palms towards one another. Reach up, chest, legs, lift, lower down. Forehead to the mat, hands down, tuck your toes, press to table, and then back to child's pose. So let this one be an active child's pose. So the toes are tucked, arms are extended forward. Good, and then again, come forward on your knees, chaturanga, yogi push-up. Back up, hips to heels, extended child's pose. Two more like that, come forward. Maybe you add in a couple this time, 2, 3. Good, up and then press back. Last one, come forward. So you don't have to be on your knees, either on your knees or from plank. 2, 1 more. Good, everyone tuck the toes for regular plank and lift your hips up and back to downward dog. Let your head shake out a little. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Spread your fingers wide. Good. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Come to the back of the mat and forward fold. Bend your knees a lot here. Maybe sway a little side to side. Good, left hand comes down, right arm reaches, take a twist. Maybe bend into the left knee, gaze up. Maybe you roll that wrist around a little. Good, and then fold, right hand in front of your face. Stretch your left arm up, bend your right knee, straighten the left leg, open, open, open. Good, left hand comes down, fold in. Good, now bending your knees around your spine as you roll up. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears, circle them around, back and down a couple times. Up, around, back and down. One more up, around, back and down. Give your hands a little shake, maybe your feet a little shake, a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah. Here we go. All right. We're just going to do one sun salutation A. Surya Namaskar A. So top of the mat, arms down, ground into the feet, Samasthiti, equal standing. Good. Inhale, arms stretch up. Take your right hand to the left wrist, stretch up and over to the right. Maybe you step your left foot behind your right. Little X pose. Good. Back up to center. Switch left hand, right wrist. Reach up and over the left. Maybe you step your right foot behind you, bend and then straighten. Good. Back up to center. Arms lift. Maybe gaze up. Little back bend. And then forward fold to lower down. Lengthen your spine. Look up halfway. Good. Plant your hands and step your feet back. Plank on your knees, or from here, lower chaturanga. Good. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. And remember, if downward dog doesn't work in your body, you can always come to kneeling in tabletop position. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Good. Now walk your feet to the top of the mat. Good. Fold forward. And then hands on your shins, look up halfway. Refold in and stretch your arms to the side. Rise up to stand, maybe back bending at the top. Good, hands through your heart mountain. Now we'll do one Surya Namaskar at B. So these are warm-up exercises. Feet together, bend your knees, sink your seat nice and low. Stretch your arms up, pull your navel into your spine. Lift, lift, lift. Maybe challenge yourself, lift high into your toes. Heels up. Good, heels down, sit a little bit lower. Hands to the mat, forward fold. Lengthen your spine to look forward. Plant your hands, step your feet back to plank, lower yogi push-up chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up, step it forward between your hands, spin your back heel down, arms up, warrior one. Lower your hands down, right leg goes back, plank, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, downward facing. Other side, left leg lifts, stretch it high, and then step it forward, back heel spins, arms up, warrior one. Lower your hands, left leg back, plank, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, downward facing. Breathe in, sigh out. Always feel free to let some cleansing exhales out through your mouth. Breathe in, big sigh. And then come high into your toes, little bend of your knees. Walk your feet to the top of the space. Look forward and then lower down. Bend your knees, sink your seat, arms stretch high, chair pose. Sit down, sit back, stretch up. Straighten your arms and your legs, maybe back bend at the top, and then arms down by your side. So those are 2 rounds of sun salutations. In a more advanced class, maybe you do 3 sun salutation A's and 3 sun salutation B's. So give me a little perspective. So now let's move into some more standing poses. So top of the mat, mountain. Let's step your left leg back. Reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Good. Now some of us are kind of natural ribs flares. Pull your navel in, reach your arms up. Good. Now straighten your legs, arms are straight. Bend your elbows to a T and drop that back knee to the floor. Good. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now hold low, maybe open through your chest. Good. Draw back in and open to the side of your mat for warrior two. Nice deep bend of that front knee. Arms extending, shoulders right over your hips. Sit a little bit lower. Good. Now straighten your arms and legs. And then rebend. So pumpy warriors, 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, sit low. Now reverse your warrior. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Rise back up, extended side angle. Right forearm to thigh, left arm up. Some people like to bind here. You can bring your left hand behind your back, right arm inside the leg. Maybe see if you can hold Maybe step your back foot in. You can balance on that back leg, or balance on the front leg. Try to lift your left leg up. It's kind of like a bound half moon pose. Challenging and fun. Good, release it, rise up, and then straighten your front leg. So this should feel like pretty familiar, this flow. We've done it before. So shorten your stance. Left foot faces left, right foot faces forward, arms out to a T. Send your hips back, stretch forward, triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. If you have, I have yoga blocks, and they can be really helpful. So maybe you want to invest in some of those, or any sort of prop, maybe even a water bottle. Now hold your triangle pose, or option to come forward for half moon. Bring your hand or your block in front of you, send your left leg up, hip height, really flex. Good, step your left leg back, rise up, and then turn towards the top of the mat. Let your hands frame that right foot. So slide your right foot to the right, left foot to the left, maybe bringing your stance a little closer in, and have hands on blocks here, or up on something, and then nice deep fold. Breathe in, fold, good. And now bend into your front knee, place your hands down, slide your left leg back. Left hand down, right arm reaches, take a twist. Maybe the back knee is down. You can hold it there, or maybe you come into side plank. Roll into the outside edge of your left foot, right foot in front of you, or over. Good, plank pose, chaturanga. You can also skip this, up dog, down dog. Walk to the top of the mat and fold forward. Good, look up, halfway lift, refold, and stretch your arms out to the side, rise up. Good, hands to your heart, mountain pose. Breathe in. Exhale. And if you lost your breath at all during that, just recover here. Deep breath in. Big breath out. All right. Top of the mat, lift your right leg up. And step your left leg back. Crescent pose. Good. So nice deep crescent lunge. Think about drawing your ribs in. Reach your arms up. Sit low. Maybe a little bit lower. Challenge yourself. Nice and strong. Good. Now straighten your legs. And then bend your legs, bend your elbows to a T. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, hold low, maybe a back bend. Back to center, open to the side of the mat, warrior 2. Good, deep bend of that front knee, see if you can drop down super low. Sometimes it feels good to kind of bend as then you settle. Good, arms reach. Notice if you're extending forward, shoulders right over your hips. Really feeling that inner thigh. Left knee is tracking right over the middle of that foot. Good. And then straighten your arms and legs. Rise up. Good. Bend and drop down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Pumping warriors. Last one. Sit low. Reverse your warrior. Take it back. Maybe that back hand slides down the back leg. Rise up. Extended side angle. Left forearm to thigh. Right arm up or over. Maybe kind of sweep it down, up and around. Option to wrap and bind and pull. Good, rise up, take your time. Heel toe your back foot in, shorten your stance. Arms reach out, send your hips back, stretch forward, forward, forward. Left hand down, right arm up. Good, so see if you can maybe challenge yourself, not bring any weight in that bottom hand. Good, lift, lift, lift. Good, and then option to come to half moon. Bring a block or your hand in front of you, and then lift your right leg up and back. Almost imagine you're pressed against a wall. Top shoulder back, top hip back. Nice. And then lower down. Rise up to warrior 2, and then turn towards the top of the mat. Right foot to the right, left foot to the left. Fold in. Good pyramid pose. So think left hip back, right hip forward, folding in. Maybe walk your hands back, nose to knee. Good, walk your hands forward. Bend into your left leg. Right hand down, left arm reaches. Take your twist. You can drop the back knee if you want. Good, move into side plank option here. You can also modify and drop your bottom knee. Good, everyone meet in plank position. Now hold your plank here super strong. You got this, strong in your core. Maybe a little bend of the knees, press back through your heels, reach tall, reaching out of your neck, crown head forward. And then just maybe add a little twist here. Side to side, working your obliques for 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Step your right foot up between your hands. Back heels, lifting arms up, crescent lunge. Shoulders down, reach up high. Now from here, see if you can extend your upper body forward over your front leg, reach, reach, reach. And then big challenge, maybe you spring up for warrior 3. Chest down, leg up. Maybe think a little bit of a cobra spine. Arms out to the side or forward. Good, hands to the floor, standing split. Stretch your left leg up nice and high. You can kind of drop your left knee in towards your right, recenter and then stretch. Maybe lift your right heel up and down, pulse your left leg. Good, now bend your knees, come down to have a seat. Maybe left knee hovers behind the right calf. Good, all the way down to the mat. Reach your right arm up. Bring it behind your back, left elbow outside the right knee, twisting here. So inhale, lengthen, get tall. Exhale, twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Again, inhale. Exhale, twist. Back to center, counter twist the other way. Hands down, chest bows. Back to center, bring your legs out in front of you for Navasana, boat pose. Maybe hands grab behind your thighs, arms reach out. Good, now you can hold it here, or maybe come down low, low boat, and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold low. Good, lift up, cross your ankles, roll over your knees, hands come down. Take it back, you go straight to downward dog or take your vinyasa. So that movement is this plank, chaturanga, upward dog, to downward facing dog, that's a vinyasa. Settle in your down dog, maybe knees are bent a lot, hips are lifting. Good, now lift your left leg up, step it forward. Back heel is lifting, arms reach high, crescent lunge. Good, shoulders down, navel spine. Reach your upper body forward over your front leg, reach, 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 reach. Good, and then you can stay here or spring up, balancing. Good, airplane pose, hands at your heart or out to the sides. Warrior 3, arms stretch forward. Think about dropping that right hip. Good, standing split, hands down. Maybe your hands are on blocks or any sort of prop you have nearby. You can walk your hands back, let your head drop. Maybe bend your right knee in towards the left, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Good, come down and have a seat. Right knee behind your left ankle. Good, reach your left arm up, bring it behind your back, right elbow outside the left knee, twist it out. Inhale, exhale. Again, lift up, twist. Good, come back to center, counter twist other way. Hands down, chest bows. Good, back up. Uncross your legs, place your feet down towards the edges of the mat, hands down behind your back. Gently windshield wiper your knees, side to side, little release here. And then bring your feet together, float your legs up again for boat. You can hold here, you can come down low, hold low, or maybe move a little side to side. Little row your boat, twist and twist for 3 and 2 and 1. Lift up, cross your ankles, roll over your knees, take it back to child's pose. So now we'll start to roll down, relax and soften. So you can go feet together, knees wide, arms forward, forehead down. As we talk about sequencing, so the beginning of our class, that's our centering. Warm-up exercises, that's our cat-cow, our sun salutations, and then standing poses like warriors, balance poses we've just done. And then we move through, varies in classes, but some forward folds, some back bends, maybe some core, some twists. So as you're ready, rise back up from your child's pose. Come back into your tabletop position. Stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling, and then weave your left arm underneath your right. Thread the needle, left ear down. Right hand in front of your face. Maybe stretch your right arm forward. So this is a really therapeutic pose. You can just stay here in this stretch, or to make it more dynamic, you can tuck your right toe, send it back. Maybe hover your right leg, maybe pull your left heel in towards your seat as well. Good. Knees lower down, right hand down. Stretch your left arm up. Keep it lifted. Roll your wrist a little. Let me shake it out. Lower down, table pose. Breath in, breath out. Stretch your right arm up, nice and high. Good. Weave it underneath the left, right ear down. Good. And if it feels like your head won't come to the floor, you can bring something underneath your ear to bring the floor up to meet you. Maybe you stretch the left leg back, right heel in. Challenge your balance. Good. And then rise back up, left hand plants, right arm reaches, roll your wrist, roll, maybe shake it out a little, circle. Good. And then lower down. Bring your knees together, tuck your toes, sit your hips back towards your heels, toe squat. Then turn your fingers back towards your knees. And at first, keep the fingers up and the palms up, just kind of the fingernail, that first pad down. And then slowly see if you can lower the base of the fingers down, palms still up, and then palms down, wrist stretch. So a lot of you, this is your first time doing yoga this semester, so if you do a class like this, your wrists might start to feel sore, so it's important for us to stretch the wrists. Good. Rise up, bring your shoulders over your hips, so toes are tucked behind you. If it feels like too much, you can stand up on your knees, backs the hands together, fingers down, circle forward, back around and through a couple times, like an offering, and then through. Good. Arms stretch up, shake, 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 flick, 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 release. And then lower back down, release your feet, and then tap your toes out and tap, 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 tap. Good. Let's come into some hip openers. So you can stay in table or tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. Stretch your left leg up nice and high, and then step it forward between your hands. Drop your back knee down. So this is a great place, especially if you're tight, to have blocks or any sort of support. Bend into the front knee. Good, and then rock your hips back. So half split, bend, low lunge, half split. One more time, rock forward, rock it back. Now hold it back. And here, think of action, left heel to right knee, chest towards your thighs. You can kind of make little variations, toes out, toes in, flex and point. Maybe even walk your hands outside the left leg. Notice if you feel a different stretch there. Good. Some of you might want to slide into your full split stretch here. It's nice to have a little support underneath that left hamstring. Allows you to lower down and walk up. Good, come back to your half split. Good, and then shift forward. Bend into your front knee. Left foot to the left, right hand to the right. Press your left hand inside the thigh and open. Twist. Good, and then see if you can just settle into the stretch here. So a lot of you really tight hips from sitting and just not stretching, so just holding here. You can always kind of move and explore, and then maybe see if you can settle into stillness. Good, and then move your left foot over the right side of your mat for pigeon pose. Left knee behind your left wrist. You can tuck your right toes, scooch that leg back, lift up, nice and tall, and then lower down. The elbows or forearms all the way down. And if that is not accessible in your body, come onto your back. For figure four on the back, crossing your left ankle on top of the right thigh. Maybe you're here and you're just pressing your knee open, flexing that foot. Or you can bring your legs in, maybe hand behind your thigh. So in either variation, we're stretching a muscle here called the psoas that kind of comes down the front of your hips, wraps inside the leg, and then attaches at T12, I think, down at your lower back. So it's a really important muscle for forward moving, like walking or running. And it gets really tight in a lot of us. It's kind of close to the hip flexor in the front of the hip. So men often have back pain from tight hamstrings. So back here on your hamstrings. And women have back pain that's originates from the hip flexors in the front. So all this deep stretching is really helpful in balancing our bodies. This is what we want our bodies to be, really balanced, equanimous. So feeling strong and flexible. So that's what we aim for in our yoga practice. Take one more deep breath here. Walk your hands in, lift your chest up, lengthen through your spine, nice and tall. Good, plant your hands, and then send that left leg back to tabletop position, maybe a little shake or circle. Or if you're feeling like it, you can tuck your toes and lift your hips, downward dog, maybe shake it out. If you're feeling really energized today, maybe you take another flow, roll forward to plank, lower chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward dog. All right, other side, stretch your right leg up and back, and then mindfully, quietly step that right foot forward. Drop your back knee down. Good, so if you have any props, especially all you tight people, grab them, and we're just gonna rock and roll the hips. So shift your hips forward and shift your hips back a couple times. Bend into that front knee, straighten a couple times. Good, now next time you come back, hold it back. Think right heel towards your left knee, chest over your thighs, fold in. Maybe turn your toes out, in, flex, point. See if you can breathe really deeply here. Start to let your body soften into the pose. And if you want, you can slide into a full split stretch if that feels available to you. Maybe a block or a prop underneath your right hamstring. If you do this class every day for a week, by the 7th day, you'll really start to see some improvement in your flexibility if that's something you're working towards. Good, slide that leg back in half split. Maybe let a sigh out. Good, rebend into your front knee. Heel toe your right foot to the right. Let your hands come down. Option for a twist here. Right hand inside the thigh, it'll open through your chest. Good. Then lower your hands. Low lizard lunge. See if you can kind of settle here. Rock or just hold. And then heel toe your right foot over to the left and come into pigeon. Right knee behind your right wrist, tuck your left toes, scooch that left leg back, walk your hands and lift up tall from your chest. Good, and then lower down for pigeon. And if you did it on the other side, take that modification, right ankle on top of the left thigh, flex through your feet, so maybe your legs are down. You're drawing that right knee out. Or you can bring your legs in, grab behind your left thigh, flex both feet. Good, if you're in pigeon, lying down, just softening here. Soften, soften, soften. Allowing your hips to relax. See if you can not get distracted, but really tune in to the sensations you're feeling in your body. Pay attention, notice and observe. And then as you're ready, walk your hands in, lift your chest up. Good, hands down, send your leg back. With the left leg, yeah, give it a little shake, 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 wiggle, 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 maybe circle. Option for one more downward dog. You can lift your leg up, shake it out. Maybe one more vinyasa flow, plank, chaturanga, up dog to down dog. And now let's find seated. So come on down, have a seat. Good, and then bring the soles of the feet together, knees open for butterfly pose. So really tight people, prop yourself up. I also have a bolster here. You can use any sort of pillow you have at home. Feet together, knees open. Good, bring your heels in close towards your body, maybe hands pressed down, and think about really opening through your inner thighs here. Press your knees open. Maybe hands inside the feet. Good, fold forward. Elbows press onto your calves. You can also stay lifting here. Deep breaths. Good, rise up. And then extend your legs out in front of you. Give them a little wiggle, 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 and a shake, shake, shake. Plant your feet down. Bend your knees. Hands behind you. Lift your hips. Reverse table. Good, lower down. Hug your left knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then bring the sole of the foot inside the leg. Let your knee drop open to the side. Lift up tall. Good, forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Maybe let your head drop down. Nose towards your knee. Extend forward. Maybe left hand outside that foot. Lower down. Good, rise back up. Shoulders shrug up. Circle them around. Back and down. And then draw your knee in one more time. Little squeeze. Extend it. Other leg. Hug it in. Bring the sole of the foot inside the leg, let the knee drop open. Lift up tall, flex your foot, lower down. Square yourself over that leg. Your right hand reaches outside the left foot, lower. Breathe in. And then see if on your exhale you can soften in a little bit more. Rise up. Hug your knee into your chest, give it a squeeze. Good. Extend it long. A little shake, shake, shake. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. Scoot to the top of the mat. Place your feet down with your knees bent. Stretch your arms forward. Slowly roll down onto your back. Take your time, nice and slow. And then when you get there, hug your knees in. Rock side to side. Give your low back a little massage here, circle. Good. And then place your feet down. Lift your hips. Move your hips to the right. Bend your knees and drop your knees to the left. Arms to a T, maybe gazing right. Let your shoulders drop down. Spinal twist. Nice ringing out through your spine. Let your body really start to soften and relax. Absorb the practice. And then come back through to center. Good. Re-square your hips. Good. Hug your knees. Rock side to side. And then plant your feet down, lift your hips, move your hips to the left, drop your knees down to the right, arms to a T, gaze left. So you're gazing the opposite direction your knees are going. Feel an opening through your chest. Breath is nice and long, slow and deep. Back to center. Low back presses, hug the knees and rock side to side. Now place your feet down on the floor, arms down by your sides, bridge pose, lift your hips up. You can bring your hands underneath you or arms down. Good, really engage, squeeze. And then see if you can lift your heels up, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. And then toes, lift and really feel your glutes even more. Lift, lower toes, up, down, press, press, press. Good, lower your back down one vertebrae at a time. Exhale at the bottom, completely, all your air out. And then option for another bridge pose. Lift your hips, maybe interlace your fingers behind your back. You can lift your heels up and down. Or if you want to go a little more intense, full wheel, hands behind you, palms down, and then straighten the arms and the legs. Rise all the way up, big opening through your chest. Breathe as you stay. Good. And then lower down. Come on down. Walk your feet toward the edges of the mat. Draw your knees in. And maybe rock your knees a little side to side. You want some sighing sounds out through your mouth. This yoga stuff really works. I feel so good right now. Low back presses, bend your knees, reach the outside edges of your feet. And maybe you rock a little here, side to side. You can bend one leg in, extend the other leg out. We'll reach, happy baby. Good, now stretch your legs up, release, give your legs a little shake, give your arms a little shake. Good, then from here, see if you can open your legs out into a wide V. Maybe grab inside your inner thighs, help them open a little, maybe outside the legs. Hold it here in that big stretch and bring your hands together, curl up. Maybe little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, hold it up. Good, lower down, bring your hands to the legs, give yourself a squeeze, rock side to side. Now lift your upper body up, pull yourself into a tiny little package, squeeze your face into a tight face, squeeze your abdomen, your buttocks, make yourself really small, tense, tight, hold your breath. And then exhale, big sigh, lower onto your back to a final Shavasana relaxation pose. So if this is uncomfortable for you, it is for some people, for their backs, just bend your knees and place your feet down. You could also bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, maybe one hand on your belly, one on your chest. Since you're home right now, it might feel nice to bring a blanket on top of the body, a little softening, maybe a pillow underneath your knees. So just allow your body to deeply relax now. Let your skin, soften off the muscles, and your muscles soften off the bones. Take a deep breath in, big sigh, Shavasana. So let your bones feel really heavy. Let your muscles soften off the bones and your skin soften on top of the muscles. Relax your internal organs, relax your mind. So it's very rare in our lives where we're just still relaxing. So taking this important time at the end of our yoga practice to just rest. There's nothing more important for you to be doing right now than resting. Letting your practice absorb. Let go.
Battery 70%. Connected to root cycle.
Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next Tuesday on Zoom.